Alright, so today we are going to use our KitchenAid mixer to make homemade ravioli. And what you're going to need for that are a couple attachments. You've got the pasta rolling attachment.
Ooh.
And the ravioli attachment.
Ah.
So what we're going to start off doing is just making the basic egg pasta, which is going to be 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs. And we're going to mix that up right now.
3 eggs.
3 eggs. So, 1 cup.
How's everybody doing?
A little more. You could probably use a little bit more, but it's always better to just add a little bit of flour later. I could get 3 eggs. So we got the 2 cups of flour in there, and then 1, 2.
Are there shells in there?
No.
No shells?
3. So we're going to start things off with our normal mixing attachment, and then later we're going to go to the dough hook.
Dough hook.
Dough hook.
Like Captain Hook? Fast forwarding through time.
Alright, so what we did is we mixed it first with this part, and once your dough starts forming a ball, you can switch to the dough hook here. So, and always make sure to lock your KitchenAid. And then just let that go for a couple minutes. And we'll be ready to roll it out. Here we go on number 1. This is still just mixing the dough here. You could have left it in there with the dough hook longer, but we're just going to mix it this way. You see how it's coming out really uneven? That's just, we didn't knead it enough, so we're doing the kneading in here. And we're still at the largest setting, number 1. You can see how the gap changes. I'm going to change the number.
Does it go up to 11?
It goes up to 8. So we're feeding it through. And you can see the more we do this, the more even the dough starts to look. So even at the second time around, we're not getting those funny, patchy looking areas. So I'm just folding into thirds each time and pushing it through again. You might have to do this for a couple minutes until it's really ready. So here we go. Now it's starting to look a little bit more even. So I'm going to go to the second largest setting, which is 2. Feed it through like we were before. Watch your fingers. See how nicely smooth that looks. You'll need to rerun it on the smaller numbers. We're going to 3 now. And then you can just keep on running this through until you have the desired thickness. Probably going to do one more here. I'm going to go to 5. Alright, and here you have your sheet of pasta. Now when you're in between making sheets here, something you can do is just take a damp paper towel and store your pasta underneath while you're processing the next piece. So we've got one more to go, and then we're ready to start using our ravioli attachment.
Okay.
So now what we do is we can take one of the sheets.
That sheet's a really good one.
That's a good one. You did this one.
Ah. Like, one might argue that that is the
best?
the finest sheet of pasta.
So what you do is you fold it in half, and
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
you crank it just about a quarter of the way here. So there we have it. And now what you can do is you open up your pasta sheets. Alright, so there's that. And we take our little hopper,
Hopper.
and you just stick that in right there. You'll hear it click in.
Emma, do you have one in the hopper?
And then we are ready to start filling our raviolis. Now, I took the liberty of making the filling ahead of time. This is just a pretty basic one. We've got some ricotta cheese in here, some Parmesan, an egg yolk to hold it all together, and some parsley, basil, salt, pepper. Always cover your pasta. And it just comes with a little spoon, so we can just start filling the hopper up and make our ravioli.
Don't be a fool. Cover your pasta.
So here we go. You want to make sure it gets all the way in there. Alright. A little more on this side. Smooth it out in there. You want these to be even. And instead of using this, you just want to crank this by hand. So here we go. And from here you can just kind of crank away and refill as you need. Alright, so after you're done rolling it in here, it comes out looking like this. And what you can do is you can either clip them apart with scissors, like so. Ta-da! Or you can just wait 10 minutes, let it dry, and because you see these little zigzags, they'll actually pull apart. And then you're ready to go. After that, you can either freeze them or cook them right away. Just don't eat them right away. Right, Tom?
Right.